Reverend Charles Carrick joining us from the Wyoming Seminary boys soccer team, and let's talk a little bit about this group of guys. You guys are having a very successful season this year, and you've had one for the last several years, but let's talk about this group in particular and how they're playing on the field.
Yeah, a good group of guys. Number of seniors, but also we had a big turnover last year with some key players. So we've got a mixture of some key seniors, but a lot of young kids as well. And so it's been a year of working on chemistry and getting kids comfortable with playing side by side with each other, and we've done well. It's been a good year.
Let's talk a little bit about your soccer background and what you love about the game. And obviously, coaching at SEM, you must love it as a coach. But tell us a little bit about how soccer kind of came to you.
Been doing it a long time. I grew up outside of Washington D.C. in the '60s. D.C. area, suburban Virginia, Maryland was one of the hotbeds of youth soccer. So started playing, club and travel at the time. Played 2 years in college, and so I've been playing it for a long time, and have coached and refed as well for a long time. I used to help out with the Hazleton Youth Soccer League, was their assigning referee for a long time. Have done high school reffing, and this is my 11th year as head coach at SEM.
You mentioned the graduation of some really good talent from last year, but guys always have to step up, and talk about this group kind of stepping up to make sure that, hey, we want to have another successful year.
Yeah, and whenever you lose, and we lost some, some key players, you always wonder who's gonna step up. But these guys have done a great job. As seniors, providing the leadership. And by example, in terms of their play, in terms of their work rate, in terms of the effort that they put in practice, that's been very, very important. So to provide that leadership, especially to a team that has a lot of young kids playing, that's important. And these guys have done that. It's been a lot of fun with them.
Good competition you've played this year. Let's go through. We're not slighting anybody. Let's go through a few of the teams that have posed some good games this year with you.
Lehman, Myers, and Redeemer have been some real key games. But some teams like Nanticoke and Berwick have some real good talent there, and so that's always a challenge. So that's been good for the season. We've done okay, but we dropped a game to Lehman and we dropped a game to Myers, and we're hoping to learn from that, and now it's all about just getting ready for the playoffs next week.
Let's talk about the playoffs and how that could shake out. You don't know what could happen. 4 seed, 1 seed, 7 seed. Things could get a little nutty, but I'm sure you'll look at it as every chance as an opportunity to see if we can make one more step.
Yeah. You always hope for a good seed in terms of the situation, but in the end, you can't really avoid any team in particular, because if they're good, then you're going to have to play them eventually. And we'll see. Seeding will come out. Most of the Wyoming Valley Conference and the Lackawanna finish up the next couple of days, and so we'll see what the final seeding is. We're hoping, obviously, to get a top seed. We're looking for a 2 or 3 seed would be ideal.
Well, Rev, as the players call you, we appreciate your time, and congratulations. Best of luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Duncan Lumia joining us from the Wyoming Seminary soccer team. And Duncan, you got a lot to live up to in your own family. There's a big tradition with soccer. Let's talk. Take us through the whole family of some athletes that you have.
Sure. So my dad is a big soccer player. He played at SEM all 4 years, and they made it to the district final every year. And he played in college at Lehigh too. And then my older brother, firstborn in our family, he played soccer too. Started off young, and he played at SEM all 4 years. And now I'm the last kid in the family, and I'm just following in the footsteps.
And a big family. It is. Talk about your siblings and the fun that you've had with them, and looking up to them. And you're the last one now. So
yeah, I'm the last one. I'm the baby. But growing up, like, we were always like a really active family. My brother and I are just, always throwing a ball like around the house, maybe breaking a few things here and there. And my sisters were getting on it too. We were always really active and just pushing each other to be really competitive. And I'd say my brother was a really big influence on the player I am today.
Any confessions on anything you broke over the years that the folks don't know about you want to give at this time? Or
I'm going to remain anonymous.
Okay. It sounds good. You're pretty active in the classroom. Let's talk about some subject areas that you enjoy and doing a very good job as a student.
Yeah. My parents always like stress academics and everything. It's a big thing for us. And I really like economics and computer science. I'm really thinking about going to computer science as a major, and our coach, Rev Carrick, is actually the computer science teacher.
Well, it's not often you hear high school kids say, "Hey, I really love economics." So obviously you're doing real well in the classroom. Let's talk about some clubs and organizations you're involved with as well at SEM.
Yeah, I actually run the business club at Wyoming Seminary. It's something that was passed down to me. The club's been going for a little while, and I really enjoy doing that. And I also run the school newspaper. I'm an editor-in-chief for that. Writing stories about politics, opinion pieces, what's going on the campus, whatever. So it's really fun to get involved there. And I also have like an outdoor club, basically just me and my friends going hiking. But I just, I have a lot of time to use.
Good for you. How about life after high school? What are some of the goals that you have?
I really want to go to USC down in Southern California. They have a really good program there that I'm interested to. And go to college.
Duncan, let's talk a little bit about your tennis career.
Yeah, I'm playing tennis not for too long, not as long as I've been playing soccer, but I've really enjoyed it, picking it up in the spring, also playing club soccer in the spring. But last year, as a junior, we made it to the state semifinals, and that was a really big accomplishment, and we're hoping to go back again. I'll be a captain this spring with center back Will Ziegler, and we're just hoping to continue that success. And I love doing it. It's no soccer, but I really enjoy it. So
your partner Will is back for another run with you in tennis?
Yep. Will and I play a lot of sports together. He's back in center back. He's a brick wall back there. He and Eli Idak are a core. And he and I will be hoping to make another big tennis run in this spring. Go from there.
Well, it sounds like a pretty interesting life, and you seem like you got a pretty good plan right now. Soccer-wise, the playoffs are right around the corner. What do you hope to do?
Well, we just got to keep our legs moving, keep our chemistry up, and just play the same way we've been playing before. We're coming off a really big win against Redeemer, and we just want to carry that momentum against our last game against Myers, and hopefully get some revenge this year against Scranton Prep in the finals. And if we can make it to 4 straight finals, that would be pretty awesome. So that's our goal.
Well, Duncan, we appreciate your time. Best of luck with everything that's set forth for you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Jack Davis joining us from the soccer team from Wyoming Seminary. And Jack, let's talk about how much fun you have in playing soccer with these guys.
I honestly have a lot of fun playing with a great group of kids, and it's just a great time being out on the field with all of them.
Let's talk about your position and some guys that are around you out there on the field.
I play left mid on the outside, and my job is basically just run up and down the field, getting balls for everybody. And the kid I play with on my side, Nico Simons, is pretty good, and we work together a lot on our side, and we just kind of like shut it down too when we're on defense, and it's just a great combination.
Wrestling is really your gig.
Yeah.
When you're a wrestler of your caliber, you usually don't see them playing another sport, but you're doing it. What is it about soccer that just kind of keeps you going and say, hey, I just love this game?
I wanted to be like a two-sport. I didn't want to be a one-sport athlete. And soccer, I played ever since I was like really young, and I just honestly enjoyed it, playing it, and still do now. And thought of playing it as getting away from wrestling and having a little bit of break in like me time playing soccer.
Taking nothing away from wrestling, right? I mean, you're really darn good. And recently announced where you're headed, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about where you're going and why.
I'm going to the University of Pittsburgh, and I'm going to wrestle probably around the weight class of 141 pounds.
Jack, let's talk a little bit about the University of Pittsburgh and Coach Keith Gavin and what went into that whole thought process for you.
The whole thought process is ever since I became eligible of like for them talking to me, my first day, Coach Headley from University of Pittsburgh contacted me that first day, calling me, like talking to me and all that. And that just continued throughout the year. And it even started when Coach Gavin was at the University of Oklahoma. He called me up, asked me like, hey, what was going on and all that, asked me if I wanted to come out on a visit, see the school and all that. And then when he became the head coach of his former alma mater, Pittsburgh, he continued to call me and like made sure I was coming up still. And it just led to my decision with like how dedicated he was, like wanting me on the wrestling roster and all that.
You're the oldest of a couple of brothers, so talk about those guys. Are they wrestlers as well?
My littlest brother still goes to my old school of Hanover, and he kind of wrestles here and there. He plays soccer too. And then my other brother Owen is a sophomore right now at SEM, and he plays football and wrestles. He was on the starting lineup for wrestling last year until he got hurt.
How about the rest of this season with soccer and you guys making a run in playoffs? What do you guys think you need to do a little bit better soccer-wise?
I would have to say we need to talk a little bit more, have a little bit more chemistry on the field, and I feel like we'd succeed a lot more on the field.
Well, Jack, congratulations on the University of Pittsburgh for wrestling. Best of luck the rest of this soccer season, and I'm sure wrestling you'll be here before you know it, and you'll be pretty darn busy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Eli Idak joining us from the Wyoming Seminary boys soccer team. And Eli, let's talk about what's your role on the team. Where do you play?
I'm a central defender. My other central defender is Will Ziegler, and I think we're doing a pretty good job holding down the back this year. I think we're one of the best teams in the league for goals allowed. We've only allowed 16 goals in our 15 games. So.
Let's talk about the business club, the outdoor club, all the different things that you're involved with.
I've been doing the outdoor club since freshman year. The other player, Duncan Lumia, he is my other co-leader, and we just go on trips. We've been last year we went to in the Allegheny Mountains backpacking during the winter, and then the year before that we went to the Catskills. So we do lots of stuff like that.
Talk about some of those things doing as a high school guy. It must be pretty darn cool at the same time. You know, hey, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And we don't even have like a faculty advisor, so we've been just going out by ourselves, and it's a great time. Just a few of our other buddies, some kids on the soccer team, and I've always loved the outdoors since I was a kid, so that's definitely a lot of fun.
What do you learn about yourself being out there and kind of just trying to figure out and gauge some different things, whether it's water or food or the region you're in?
Yeah, you definitely you don't take things for granted. The food just tastes amazing out there, whatever it is.
That's pretty cool that you guys are doing that. Let's talk about your older brother, Jacob.
He went to SEM as well, and now he goes to college in Arkansas. He's kind of a quirky kid. He unicycles, he juggles, but
that's awesome.
Yeah, he has fun out there. Yeah.
Pretty cool. History and environmental science, some of your favorite subjects. You're a 4.0 guy, so talk a little bit about what you like about those subject areas.
Yeah, I've enjoyed history since freshman year probably, and last year I was in the seminar class, which was just Duncan was in it as well, just some of the best students in history in the school, and that was really good experience. That's probably the best class I've ever taken. Just learned so much. And this year I'm in environmental science, and that definitely interests me because I think I want to be a park ranger when I'm older. So
kind of got that park ranger look to you, man. Let's talk about the next step for you. Where you're thinking of heading.
I believe I will be going to St. Lawrence University in upstate New York. I think I'm going to apply early decision there, and that's probably where I'm going to go at this point.
What interested you in St. Lawrence?
I love the size of the school. It's 3,000. So I went to like a small prep school, so that seems still pretty big to me. And it's really close, lots of outdoor opportunities, like right next to the Adirondacks. So I'm really excited for that. And they have a great environmental science program as well.
Eli, you are focused and you're very outdoorsy. I love it. Well, we wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Matt Parsons joining us from the Wyoming Seminary soccer team. And Matt, you're a senior. Where all this time go? Can you believe it yourself, how time flies?
No, I can't. I mean, it's amazing. I can't believe I'm a senior already, and we've had a great 4 years, and hoping to continue our district run this year and just continue what we've been doing and building up to these past 4 years. So,
let's talk about your role out there on the field. What does Coach expect of you?
I mean, this year as a captain, we lost a lot of seniors last year, so I've just been, trying to help work and build the team chemistry. We have a very different dynamic this year, so just trying to boost everyone up and keep a positive mindset out there because, we've really come together and done a good job coming together this year. So,
let's talk about lacrosse, something else you do. You do it for fun, or are you pretty serious about it?
I'm pretty serious about lacrosse. I've been playing for 5 years now, and so, soccer, lifting in the winter, getting ready for lacrosse season, and been fortunate enough to have a pretty good lacrosse team. Made District 1 last year. Unfortunately lost in the district finals to Crestwood, but I love both teams and big part of both of them.
You got a big family. You got a great family. Talk about your sisters, and they're amazing, and how they look up to you and how you kind of all fit in together.
Yeah, Grace is a freshman at SEM this year, and Paige is a sophomore. It's awesome having both of them up there with me. They're both involved in sports, so it's awesome going to support them at their games. Them coming to support me, bringing their friends, is helping with the school spirit. And can't forget about Jillian, my youngest sister. She's 8 now, and she's playing soccer as well, so love going out in the yard, teaching her a few things and just, getting closer with them.
You're a science guy, biology, chemistry. Talk about those subjects.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go into the medical field after high school. I'm pretty undecided about where I want to go to college next year, but I definitely know I want to attend med school in the near future and, pursue a career in the medical field. So.
All right, doctor, we don't know what, but doctor something.
Yeah.
Dr. Parsons will be the good answer. Let's talk about your mom and your dad and how they kind of both inspire you in their own way.
Yeah, both my parents have been so supportive of me. My mom played in Virginia. She was all state for soccer, so she definitely helps me out a lot. And she's been teaching me a few things. But they're just great. They're supporting me on the sidelines, on and off the field. Talking to me about the games and giving me pointers. And I just love having them there for me. So.
As far as the college that you're thinking of, is still wide open, whether it's far away or close?
I don't really know. I've got it down to 4: UVA, Penn State, Scranton, and Rochester. So, very different schools, big, small. So, it just depends on, results after application process. So.
You can't go wrong with any of those 4. Well, Matt, we wish you the very best. Congratulations on a real nice career, and, of course, the best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Edge Miller joining us. He's a junior for the Wyoming Seminary boys soccer team. And, Edge, let's talk about playing out there on the field and your position, center mid. You got a big role there. You got to be in great shape, and you got to be a pretty darn good player.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like my players around me really helped me out, and I couldn't do it without them.
Let's talk about some of the scorers this year on the team.
We have a new freshman this year named Luke Johns, and he's been really showing a lot of heart, playing really well. We also have my fellow captain, Matt Parsons, who also plays center mid with me. And then we have our 2 wingers, Jack Davis and Jared Weisenberger, feeding us balls back into the middle.
Defensively, let's talk about some of the guys that have stepped up this year.
Oh yeah, we definitely have a lot of guys who stepped up defensively for us. We have Will Ziegler, Eli Idak, Colin Sung, and Nico Simons. And I don't want to forget Ryan Anderson in net. And he's really taken like a commander role back there. He's really showing a lot of effort, and our whole team wants to win.
Talk about having a keeper that's willing to come out, take some chances, and do some things, but having communication with their defense is very important.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like Ryan will put anything on the line to make a save. He really plays with a lot of heart, and he tells us as defenders what to do, and he helps us out.
Let's talk about some fun stuff that you do at school. Hacky sack. That was around when I was a kid.
Yeah, a couple years ago we brought hacky sack back to SEM, and it's just been fun ever since. We always say we're the best club on campus.
That is so cool. Let's talk about the subjects you enjoy in school.
Yeah, I really am liking the math, sciences, and also history. I've really exceeded this year with doing well in those as well, and I kind of want to do some of those in the future. So I'm really looking forward to adding more to my knowledge of those subjects.
Let's talk about the life after high school. It's your junior year, so you got some time to think about it. But soccer is something you want to do at that next level.
Yeah, most definitely. I've got a couple schools I'm looking at right now. I want to definitely play. Not really too sure on which division yet, but the top three that I'm looking at are Syracuse, Temple, and Villanova.
You have a favorite player that you look up to, and who is it and why?
In the college level, no. But professionally, I really look up to Cristiano Ronaldo, and ever since a young boy, the work ethic is far and beyond, and he's really taught me that if you're willing to work hard, you can do anything.
Well, you're doing it all right now, Edge. Keep up the good work, and you guys will be ready for the playoffs, I'm sure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.